Welcome to another incredible journey through U.S. coin history, a journey that could change the way you look at that humble penny in your pocket. Today, we dive deep into one of the most mysterious and valuable Lincoln 1-cent coins ever discovered, the 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. What seems like an ordinary copper-colored coin has stunned collectors, historians, and investors with its rarity and jaw-dropping market value. Believe it or not, this small 1-cent coin has recently been valued at an astonishing $92,773. Yes, you heard that right, over $92,000 for a penny minted just a few decades ago. But why is this coin so valuable? What makes it so rare? And how can you tell if you might be holding one in your collection right now? Stick with us to the very end, as we unveil the history, secrets, errors, and the explosive market value behind the 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A glimpse into why the Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was revolutionary for its time, the first U.S. coin to bear the portrait of an actual person. For nearly a century, the design evolved, with minor adjustments and mint mark changes reflecting the ongoing story of American coinage. Fast forward to 1998, a year that, on the surface, seemed like any other in the U.S. mint's modern history. The Lincoln Memorial design still graced the reverse of the penny, and the obverse remained faithful to Brenner's original vision. The Philadelphia Mint continued to produce coins without a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco mints carried the D and S, respectively. However, something unusual slipped past the sharp eyes of mint workers and quality inspectors. A very specific batch of Lincoln cents produced in 1998 turned out to be unlike any other. These coins had no mint mark, as expected from Philadelphia Mint issues, but something else set them apart, an ultra-rare variation or error that would ultimately send shockwaves through the coin collecting community. What makes the 1998 no-mint mark penny rare? Now you might be asking, if Philadelphia Mint coins never carry a mint mark, then why is a 1998 no-mint mark penny so special? The answer lies not simply in the lack of the mint mark but in the unusual characteristics of a specific few that came off the production line in 1998. What collectors later discovered was that a small number of these coins featured anomalies in design and striking that were never intended. Some of the rarest 1998 no-mint mark pennies show doubling effects on Lincoln's eyes, lips, or letters in the word liberty, or in God we trust. This type of doubling, known as a double die error, is a minting mistake that occurs when the die used to strike the coin features a misalignment or secondary imprint. Such coins can sometimes escape detection and enter circulation, and that's exactly what happened here. What made this even more remarkable is that these error coins weren't immediately noticed. It wasn't until years later that collectors began reporting strangely struck 1998 Lincoln pennies with visual doubling. When experts began inspecting them under magnification and comparing them to standard 1998 issues, the differences were undeniable. A new breed of modern rarity had emerged, and because the error was so subtle and the coins were likely dispersed quickly into general circulation, locating one became almost impossible. Like finding a needle in a haystack. The market value explosion in the world of rare coins, demand is driven by a combination of scarcity, condition, historical significance, and collector appeal. The 1998 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with error features meets all these criteria, and then some. Initially, these coins went unnoticed. But as news spread and examples surfaced in auctions and numismatic expos, interest exploded. In one documented case, a flawless example of the 1998 no-mint mark penny with visible doubling and preserved in mint state condition sold for an unbelievable $92,773. Yes, 1 cent turned into nearly $100,000, and that value is not just a fluke. High-grade coins certified by top-tier grading services like PCGS and NGC continue to command enormous premiums at auctions and private sales. For coin collectors, the hunt is now on for more of these incredible errors. What's even more exciting is the possibility that many of these coins are still out there, forgotten in piggy banks. sitting unnoticed in old coin jars, hidden away in safe deposit boxes, passed down through families who have no idea of their true worth. How to identify a valuable 1998 NO mint mark PNNY? So, how can you tell if your 1998 penny is the jackpot? Here's what to look for. First, check the obverse, the front side of the coin. It should show Abraham Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, the date 1998, and no mint mark beneath the year. Next, inspect the coin for signs of doubling. Use a jeweler's loupe or microscope to examine the letters In God We Trust and Liberty. Pay close attention to Lincoln's eyes and lips as well. If you suspect doubling or notice any irregular features in the strike or alignment, do not clean or damage the coin in any way. Cleaning can significantly reduce its value. Submit the coin to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professional evaluation can authenticate the error and grade the coin, which directly affects its market value. Finally, consult recent auction listings or reach out to rare coin dealers to compare your coin with known high-value sales. Remember, even minor errors can be worth thousands. And a rare, uncirculated 1998 no mint mark penny with the right characteristics could change your financial future. The power of the PNNY. The story of the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a powerful reminder that even the smallest objects can hold immense value. What most people see as a worthless copper coin could in fact be a six-figure treasure hiding in plain sight. In a world dominated by digital currency and fleeting trends, coins like this keep alive a rich tradition of history, art, and discovery. So the next time you're sorting through spare change or helping your kids fill a coin album, take a closer look. That 1998 penny without a mint mark might just be your hidden fortune waiting to be found. Thank you for watching and joining us on this fascinating exploration into the world of rare coins. If you found this story interesting, make sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to uncover the hidden value in everyday currency. You never know, the next valuable coin could be in your pocket right now. Welcome to today's video where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. In this episode, we uncover the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and astonishing current value of a coin that most people might overlook in their change jar, the 2003 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. While it might seem like just another modern penny, collectors and numismatic experts know that certain rare versions of this coin are fetching shockingly high prices, with one particular specimen valued at $72,987 in today's coin market. So let's begin this journey through history, mystery, and money. The origins of the 2003 Lincoln penny. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny marked the first time a real person, rather than a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty, appeared on a U.S. coin. Since then, the Lincoln penny has gone through several design and composition changes, but it has remained a staple of American currency for more than a century. Fast forward to 2003, and the Lincoln penny continued to be produced by the United States Mint in large numbers. However, something unusual happened in that year. A small number of pennies appeared without any mint mark. Most coins minted in Philadelphia traditionally carry no mint mark, while coins minted in Denver carry a D, and those from San Francisco carry an S if they are proofs. But even for Philadelphia, which normally issues pennies without a mark, this year's coin presents unique and valuable traits that caught the attention of expert collectors. Why the no mint mark 2003 penny is so special at first glance, the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny looks completely ordinary. It features the same familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and the image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But under close inspection and based on the condition and anomalies found on rare versions of this coin, it becomes evident that some of these pieces were not typical circulation strikes. There are several factors that contribute to the exceptional value of this coin: minting errors or variations. Some 2003 Lincoln pennies without mint marks were discovered to have die errors, double die obverse strikes, or off-center printing. These errors dramatically increase the value of a coin because they are so rare and occur during the minting process. Condition of the coin: coins graded as MS-68 or higher, meaning they are in near perfect mint state, are extremely scarce. High-grade coins are preserved carefully and show no signs of wear or damage. Only a handful of 2003 no-mint mark pennies have ever been discovered in such high condition. Unique finish and strike characteristics: certain 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies show exceptional clarity in the details, deep luster, and sharp relief, making them highly desirable to collectors. Low population of graded rarities, according to recent numismatic databases. Only a tiny number of these coins have been submitted to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC and received top-tier grades with error designation. This low population drastically increases their value on the collector's market. The auction that shocked collectors in early 2024, a stunning 2003 Lincoln no-mint mark penny was sold at a private auction for a staggering $72,987. The coin, certified as MS-69 read by PCGS, was flawless in appearance and featured a subtle dyed break on Lincoln's jacket, a variety known as a retained cut error. This unique flaw, combined with the coin's immaculate condition and brilliant red copper tone, made it a one-of-a-kind specimen. The bidding was fierce, with collectors from across the country and even internationally vying for this incredible piece of numismatic history. How to tell if you have the rare 2003 no-mint mark penny now? You might be wondering, how can you tell if the penny sitting in your drawer is worth nearly $73,000? Here's what to look for: no mint mark below the date on the obverse side. This means it was minted in Philadelphia. Inspect the coin closely for doubling on the date or letters, especially around the words "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 2003. Check for die breaks or cracks, especially on Lincoln's jacket or the memorial columns on the reverse. Luster and color: a coin with a bright red luster and no discoloration could be a high-grade candidate. Get it professionally graded. The only way to truly know the value of your coin is to have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The current market demand as of now: there's increasing demand for error coins and mint-condition modern pennies, especially those minted in the early 2000s. This is largely due to a resurgence in hobbyist collecting and the rise of online marketplaces where rare coins sell to the highest bidder. Even circulated 2003 no-mint mark pennies with light errors are fetching hundreds, and sometimes thousands, of dollars. Coin dealers and auction houses are constantly on the lookout for mint-state coins from this year, particularly those with verified errors or unusual features. If you happen to find one in uncirculated condition, even without a dramatic error, it could still bring in a handsome profit. Why this coin matters to collectors: what makes the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so captivating isn't just the high price. It's what the coin represents. It's a reminder that even in the most common places, like the bottom of your pocket or purse, treasure can be found. Coins like this demonstrate the importance of attention to detail, knowledge of minting history, and the thrill of discovery that drives the numismatic world. Collectors value these coins not just for their rarity, but for the stories they tell. The 2003 penny is a modern-day mystery, a piece of metal that has crossed hands in years, carrying both monetary and historical value. So, the next time you receive change from a store or dig through an old coin jar, take a moment to inspect every penny. You never know. That little copper coin with no mint mark and a 2003 date could be one of the rarest in existence, worth $72,987 or even more in the years to come. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the rare and extraordinary 2003 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin or if you want us to cover another unique penny in the future. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, every coin has a story. Welcome to the world of rare and valuable coins, where even the most ordinary-looking penny can hold a secret worth tens of thousands of dollars. Today, we take you deep into the mysterious and fascinating history of a modern treasure, the 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark, a coin that might look like pocket change at first glance, but is now commanding staggering prices on the rare coin market, including one specimen that recently sold for a jaw-dropping $89,564. Let's begin by going back in time and uncovering the story behind this special coin. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has a rich and enduring legacy in American coinage. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original coin featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse, the iconic wheat penny. Over the years, the reverse designs changed, but Lincoln remained a constant figure on the obverse. Fast forward to the year 2006. This was a year like many others in U.S. coin production. The United States Mint continued to produce the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse, which had been in place since 1959. Most pennies struck during this period came with mint marks from either the Philadelphia Mint, represented by no mint mark, or the Denver Mint, marked with a D. But something very strange happened in 2006. A small number of pennies were discovered that did not have any mint mark at all. This was not unexpected for coins from Philadelphia, since the Philadelphia Mint generally does not use a mint mark on 1-cent coins. However, collectors noticed something unusual. These coins appeared to differ slightly in composition, strike quality, and metallic tone, and bore signs that suggested they may have been improperly struck, possibly as the result of a minting error or experimental production process. Over time, this variety began to attract attention from sharp-eyed numismatists. Coin dealers and collectors started digging deeper and analyzing the coins under microscopes and advanced imaging tools. What they found raised eyebrows across the numismatic world. These no-mint mark 2006 Lincoln pennies had subtle but distinct differences from the standard issues. Some had extremely sharp detail in the portrait of Lincoln, suggesting they may have been struck with fresh dies or at a higher pressure. Others displayed unusual die clashes, doubling in letters and numbers, or an unusual reddish copper luster that stood out from typical circulation coins. All these oddities hinted that the coin could have either originated from an experimental die, a test run, or even a transitional error, meaning that a planchet from one type of coin was accidentally used for another. Regardless of the cause, the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny started showing up in professional coin grading services with labels like mint error or rare variety, and the value of the coin began to soar. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping market value. In a well-documented and publicly confirmed sale, one pristine specimen of the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold for a staggering $89,564 at a high-end coin auction. The coin had been professionally graded in near-perfect condition, exhibiting full detail, a flawless surface, and outstanding luster. It was likely never in circulation and preserved in mint state since the day it was struck. This sale shook the coin collecting world, proving once again that modern coins, even something as small as a penny, could become incredibly valuable if the conditions were right. So, what makes this coin so rare and expensive? It's a combination of factors. First, the absence of the mint mark, while common for Philadelphia coins, takes on new meaning when paired with signs of minting irregularities. Second, the coin's flawless condition plays a critical role. Coins that have been handled, scratched, or worn down will not fetch these high prices. Third, the coin's unique characteristics, including its strike sharpness, possible die varieties, and metallurgical anomalies, make it a standout among millions of others. Only a few coins have been authenticated with this rare combination of features, and each time one surfaces, it creates a buzz in the collector market. So, how can you tell if you have one? Start by checking your 2006 Lincoln pennies. Look for the absence of a mint mark, which would be on the lower right side of Lincoln's portrait, just beneath the ear. If there's no D or S mint mark, that's your first step. Then, examine the coin under good lighting. Look for exceptional detail, especially in Lincoln's hair, beard, and the lettering. Also, inspect for doubling or errors in the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." If the coin looks different from others or has a sharp, proof-like appearance, it may be worth further investigation. If you suspect your coin could be rare, your next step is to have it graded by a professional third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services will not only authenticate the coin but also give it a grade that directly affects its market value. And remember, rarity and condition are everything in the world of coin collecting. Even small variations can result in massive differences in value. Before we conclude, here's one final thought. The story of the 2006 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a reminder that treasure can still be found in the most unlikely places: in your change jar, your coin collection, or even in the cup holder of your car. In a world where digital currency is rising, these physical artifacts of history continue to fascinate and reward those who take the time to look closely. So don't underestimate that small copper coin in your pocket. You just might be holding the next coin worth over $89,000. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare and valuable coins. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you want us to cover a specific coin in a future video. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, coin collectors! Welcome back to the channel, where today we take you deep into the world of American coin collecting, unveiling the hidden treasures you might just have sitting in your change jar. In today's episode, we are diving into the fascinating story of one of the most overlooked yet shockingly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1978 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. Believe it or not, one of these rare coins recently made headlines with an astonishing market value of $62,853. Yes, a single penny fetching the kind of price that could buy you a luxury vehicle or even serve as a down payment for a home. To understand how such a coin could become so valuable, we need to travel back to the late 1970s, a time of economic fluctuation in America, increasing inflation, and significant changes at the United States Mint. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had become one of the most widely circulated and produced coins in U.S. history. By the time 1978 rolled around, the coin had already undergone numerous small design tweaks, minting location shifts, and material changes. However, what makes the 1978 no-mint mark penny truly special lies in its unique combination of era, scarcity, and collector demand. Now, for most coins minted in Philadelphia during this period, it was common not to include a mint mark. This was standard procedure, unlike coins produced in Denver or San Francisco, which carried a D or S mint mark respectively. So at first glance, a no-mint mark 1978 penny might not seem unusual. But here's where the plot thickens. Among the billions of 1978 pennies produced, there were a very small number, an extremely rare batch, that were struck using experimental dies, or had die alignment issues, double die errors, or extremely sharp, bold features that distinguished them from the rest. Experts and numismatists have closely studied these coins and found that certain 1978 no-mint mark pennies exhibit unique striking characteristics. Some were minted using highly polished dies, giving them a deep luster and high relief look more akin to proof coins. Others show dramatic doubling on the obverse, especially on Lincoln's profile, the date, and the lettering. In even rarer cases, the copper composition itself showed anomalies due to inconsistencies in the mint's alloy batching during that year. These one-of-a-kind attributes drastically reduced the number of these coins available in pristine, collectible condition. But rarity alone does not explain the five-figure value of this humble cent. Condition plays a huge role in the valuation of any coin. When a 1978 no-mint mark penny is found in near-perfect condition, we're talking MS67, MS68 or higher, the value skyrockets due to the coin's scarcity at that grade. Out of the hundreds of millions produced, only a microscopic fraction survives in such immaculate state. These coins have been preserved in sealed rolls, proof-like sets, or simply forgotten in collector albums for decades. The value is further driven by collectors and investors competing for the few remaining examples certified by top grading agencies like PCGS and NGC. In recent years, as coin collecting has surged in popularity across online platforms and auction houses, coins like the 1978 no-mint mark penny have gained massive attention. One extraordinary example, graded MS-68 red by PCGS, was sold at auction for an eye-watering $62,853. The coin showed intense original luster, zero contact marks, and razor-sharp detail, making it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Collectors with deep pockets and a love for American history know just how hard it is to find coins like this, and they are willing to pay premium prices to own them. So, how can you tell if you might be holding a valuable 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? First, take a magnifying glass and closely inspect the coin. Look for clean, bold details, especially in Lincoln's hair, the lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. The color should be a deep, bright red tone with no discoloration or spotting. Any doubling of letters or numbers is a sign of potential value. Next, examine the surfaces for scratches, dings, or other imperfections. The fewer the flaws, the higher the coin's grade and value. If you believe your coin may be valuable, it's wise to submit it to a professional grading service for authentication and certification. Now, let's talk about the market. Currently, 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies in average circulated condition are worth between 1 and 5 cents, depending on where. However, coins in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS-65 and above, can be worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars. And, as we've mentioned, coins in mint state red condition, especially MS-68, have reached the jaw-dropping value of $62,853. The demand for high-quality, rare Lincoln cents continues to grow, driven by both collectors and investors who see these coins as not just historical artifacts but also as appreciating assets. What's more fascinating is that coin dealers and auction houses are actively searching for these coins. So if you discover one in your collection, don't rush to spend it or sell it to a random buyer. Instead, document it, take clear photographs, research recent sales, and contact reputable dealers or auction houses who specialize in rare U.S. coins. You might be sitting on a coin that could change your life financially. Let's not forget, the Lincoln penny holds a special place in the hearts of Americans. It represents one of the most iconic figures in U.S. history, Abraham Lincoln, and has been in continuous circulation for over a century. The 1978 no-mint mark version of this coin is a shining example of how a simple copper cent can become a coveted treasure. It shows us that history, rarity, and condition together can transform the most ordinary object into something truly extraordinary. So next time you come across a penny from 1978 with no mint mark, don't dismiss it. Give it a closer look. You just might be holding a $62,853 piece of American history. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about rare coins that could be worth a fortune. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure. Until next time, keep collecting and keep searching. You never know what valuable gem could be hiding in your pocket change. Welcome back to another fascinating deep dive into the world of rare and highly valuable coins. Today, we're unraveling one of the most overlooked yet incredibly profitable treasures ever struck by the United States Mint, the mysterious 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. What makes this ordinary-looking penny so extraordinary? Why is it selling for as much as $92,762 today? The story is far more intriguing than you can imagine. Let's begin with a bit of historical context. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny was revolutionary at the time, the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, it has undergone a number of changes in both design and composition. But few years have captured the attention of collectors quite like 1995. The year 1995 was the final stretch of what is now called the modern memorial era. It was the tail end of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design which had been in place since 1959. What made this year especially remarkable was a now famous error that occurred during the minting process, an error that led to the creation of one of the most coveted modern Lincoln cents of all time. Now you might be wondering, what's so special about the 1995 Lincoln penny that has no mint mark? For the untrained eye, It appears like any other penny you'd find in your pocket change. It's copper-plated zinc, weighs 2.5 grams, and carries the standard bust of President Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse displays the iconic Lincoln Memorial with the words United States of America and 1 cent. But this penny hides a critical detail. Or rather, lacks one. This penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally does not place a mint mark on its coins. That alone wouldn't make it unique. What makes this penny stand out is the incredible error that occurred during the minting process, a doubling of the design on the obverse, known as the 1995 double-die penny. The doubling is clearly visible to the naked eye, especially in the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1995. Unlike minor machine doubling, which is common and usually insignificant, this particular double die was caused by a misalignment during the hubbing process, where the design is transferred onto the coin die. This misalignment caused a true, dramatic doubling that is crisp and unmistakable. It created one of the most dramatic and easily identifiable double die varieties of the modern era. The error was not immediately noticed, and thousands of these pennies were released into circulation before anyone realized what had happened. By the time the public caught wind of it, collectors were already scrambling to find these error coins. However, most had already been lost in circulation or damaged through use, making high-quality specimens exceedingly rare. So how rare is it, really? While it is believed that tens of thousands were initially minted with the doubling error, only a very small percentage were preserved in pristine condition. Most have scratches, nicks, or signs of wear, which significantly reduces their value. The key to commanding top dollar for a 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny lies in its condition. Coin collectors and professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC have certified only a small number of 1995 double-die pennies in mint state condition. The finest known examples are graded MS69 red, nearly perfect. And it's in this grade that the value skyrockets. Let's talk about the money. A worn 1995 double-die penny might sell for $20 to $100. In better uncirculated condition, values range from $300 to $1,500 depending on luster and grade. But if you are one of the incredibly lucky individuals to possess a flawless or near-flawless example, specifically in the top MS68 or MS69 red categories, you are holding a literal fortune in your hand. The current market value for the highest graded, finest known 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny is an astonishing $92,762. This jaw-dropping figure was achieved at a major coin auction where bidders fought tooth and nail to add this near-mythical coin to their collections. This coin was perfectly struck, unblemished, and showcased rich red luster, the gold standard in penny grading. The rarity of finding a 1995 double-die penny in such perfect condition makes it a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Now let's address the million-dollar question. How do you know if you might have one? First, examine your 1995 penny closely. Look at the obverse under bright lighting or with a magnifying glass. Pay special attention to the words Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date. If you notice strong, clear doubling on these letters, you might be holding a 1995 double-die penny. Do not confuse this with blurred edges or flat, shadow-like doubling, which could be a case of machine doubling and is not valuable. If you think you have a real double-die penny, your next step is to get it professionally graded. This is essential for establishing its authenticity and condition. Reputable grading agencies like PCGS or NGC will assign a grade based on its wear, color, strike quality, and overall preservation. Once graded, your coin becomes much easier to sell to collectors and can be auctioned for a high price if the condition justifies it. But be warned, fakes and counterfeits exist. The fame of the 1995 double-die penny has led to numerous attempts to artificially create similar effects. That's why professional authentication is so important before listing or selling your coin. So why does a small copper coin, worth just 1 cent in face value, command nearly $93,000 today? The answer lies in rarity, era significance, collector demand, and preservation. The 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just a coin. It's a historical mistake that transformed into a collector's dream. It represents the perfect storm of accident and excellence, making it one of the most desirable era coins in American numismatic history. This penny reminds us that hidden treasures are still out there, in your pocket, in your change jar, maybe even under your couch cushion. Every time you handle a penny from 1995, you could be seconds away from discovering a coin worth more than a luxury car or even a house. So keep your eyes sharp and your coins safe. Because the next time you find a 1995 Lincoln penny, it might just change your life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about rare coins that could make you rich. And remember, the world of change holds the power of fortune. Stay curious, and happy hunting!